I'm Solana Amani Rowe, but the world knows me as SZA. Born on November 8, 1989, in St. Louis, Missouri, I was raised in Maplewood, New Jersey, in a home where faith, discipline, and ambition collided every single day. My mom, Audrey, was a powerhouse executive at AT&T. My dad, Abdul Alim, produced for CNN. They came from the South, blending Christian and Muslim traditions. I was raised strictly Orthodox Muslim, hijab, modest clothes, Muslim prep school after regular classes. No TV, no radio at home. My musical world started with my dad's jazz collection, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Billie Holiday. Those soulful, improvisational sounds shaped me before I even knew what music could do. Wikipedia: as a little girl, my mom called me Chickabee, inspired by the movie Nell. But outside our home, life felt isolating. I was one of the only black kids in a mostly white neighborhood. After 9/11, the bullying hit hard. Kids pulled at my hijab, called me names, made me feel like an outsider in my own skin. I stopped wearing it in middle school just to survive the stares and whispers. I threw myself into gymnastics. I was nationally ranked, team captain at Columbia High School. But even there, I felt awkward, freakazoid, obsessed with mythology while everyone else seemed to fit in perfectly. Cheerleading helped a bit, but inside I was lonely. My siblings were much older, so I navigated a lot on my own. Those years taught me what rejection feels like early. They carved deep insecurities that I'd later pour into my songs. Biography: high school ended, and I chased normalcy in college. I tried 3 schools before landing at Delaware State University for marine biology. I partied, drank Malibu, smoked weed, failed classes, and eventually dropped out in my final semester. My relationship with my parents strained. I felt like I disappointed them so badly. I bartended at strip clubs, sometimes danced, slept on couches. Mental health battles consumed me: anxiety, depression, self-loathing. I questioned everything: my worth, my voice, my place in the world. Music became my only escape. I'd record little demos in my room, raw and unpolished. In 2011, while delivering clothes to Top Dog Entertainment, co-president Punch heard me singing. That moment changed everything. I self-released SZA, Run and S, then in 2013 became the first woman signed to TDE. My ZEP in 2014 gave me my first taste of Billboard traction. Britannica, but real breakthrough came with Ctrl in 2017. I was terrified. The label took my hard drive because I kept delaying from anxiety. I poured every insecurity into those tracks. Drew Barrymore, where I compared myself to the perfect girl at the party, feeling invisible and not warm enough. The Weeknd, about being the side chick, toxic love, jealousy. Love Galore, with Travis Scott, captured that push-pull of wanting more but settling. Interludes with my mom's and late grandmother's voices grounded me. Their wisdom about control, fear, and strength. Ctrl wasn't just an album, it was my diary, my therapy. Fans saw themselves in my vulnerability. The self-doubt, body image struggles, 20-something chaos. It hit number 3 on Billboard, earned Grammy nods, and suddenly people were saying my name. Harrison's Medium SOS in 2022 took it to another level. I was healing, angry, empowered. Kill Bill became my revenge fantasy anthem. #1 hit, millions screaming it at shows. Snooze soothed broken hearts. The album spent 10+ weeks at #1, making me the first black woman with that record. Then the deluxe Lana version in late 2024 kept it alive into 2025-2026, charting in the top 10 across 5 calendar years. Luther, with Kendrick Lamar's Shattered Records, 13 weeks at #1. Our grand national tour became one of the biggest co-headlining runs ever. I performed at Super Bowl 59 halftime. 7 Grammys, Billboard Woman of the Year. But the real win is hearing fans say my music saved them on their darkest nights. Odyssey: through it all, my personal life stayed messy and public. Brief moments with Drake, rumors, a long engagement to a fashion designer that lasted over a decade, heartbreaks fueled the art. Social anxiety still hits me hard. Fame sometimes makes me want to disappear. I cope by praying, going outside, creating. My social media. Over 23 million on Instagram. Feels like a direct line to supporters who get the real me. Tattoos, curly hair, unfiltered emotions. My sound? Alternative R&B mixed with soul, hip-hop, rock edges, diaristic, honest, genre-bending. I write what I feel. Loneliness turning to strength, shame into self-love, pain into power. From that bullied girl hiding her hijab to stadiums full of people singing my truth back to me. This journey taught me control isn't about perfection. It's about releasing, feeling everything, and rising anyway. Thank you for walking this path with me. If my story resonates, know you're not alone. We're all figuring it out, broken, real, and becoming. This is SZA season, and it's only getting started.